Recording in progress.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Franklin and to the mountains of Western North Carolina and Northeast Georgia. We are a lay-led congregation of progressive minds and caring connections where all who come with open minds and kind hearts are welcome. My name is Robby Greenberg, and I am pleased to be your service leader today. I am joined this morning by Jude Lowery, who will be coordinating Zoom and music, and Warren Riley and Bruce Brandsma, who are tech support. Announcements. The Zoom chat box is available for announcements. Those who prefer to focus on the service can close it now and catch up later. First, I'd like to mention the Unitarian Universalist events that are coming up. There is Music Week at the Mountain in Highlands starting today, and I have offered us a special arrangement that if anyone in the Franklin area would like to come up for the day, you can call the Mountain and you can participate in the day activities, and they have a reasonable fee. And certainly one of the things that will be going on is our performer, our service leader, our Tret Fure is going to be doing a concert up there if you missed last night's concert. Also, Women's Spirit will be at the Mountain May 18th to the 22nd, and you can speak with Callie Lefevre if that is something that interests you. And finally, SUSE, Southeast Unitarian Universalist Summer Institute, is back live in person at Western Carolina University, July 17th through 23rd. And if you would like to attend SUSE, they just opened registration on April 1st. So, and
workshops are filling up.
Workshops are filling up. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Please be sure to check our newsletter, the UUFF, for the fun and enlightening opportunities that we can have to be together. And as a reminder, all fellowship activities on Zoom use the same link that you used to join us today. If there are other announcements, please raise your hand on Zoom and Jude will call on you to share.
Okay, anyone here?
Travis.
Anyone here have announcements?
Travis, unmute yourself and give us your announcement.
Unmute yourself and give your announcement.
Just letting everybody know that Dr. Edward Frost passed away yesterday afternoon.
Oh, no.
I'll put something in the chat, but it's just a little bio.
Travis, we're not getting any
Travis,
sound
we're
from you
not getting any
today.
sound from you today.
Okay, and I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay.
Ask him to put it in the chat box.
Travis, we didn't get your
Travis,
announcement.
we
We're not
didn't get
getting
your
sound from you. If you'd like
You're
to
not
put it
getting sound
in the
from you. If
chat
you'd like to
box,
put
we'll make sure it
in
gets
the chat
announced.
box, we'll make sure it gets announced.
Just say Zoom heard it.
Our fellowship is a light for liberal religion in the mountains that values diversity and the richness that it brings to our community. Our celebration of diversity is reflected in the variety of our Sunday services, and we hope that today's service enriches your journey. Our opening words are from the Reverend Chip Rausch. Let go of the expectations placed on you by others and those they taught you to place on yourself. Drop the guilt and the shame, not to shirk accountability, but an honest expectation of the possibility of forgiveness. Let go of the thing you said the other day. Let go of the thing you dread next week. Be there in this moment. Breathe now. Our chalice lighting is by Lindsay Bates. To face the world's shadow, a chalice of light. To face the world's coldness, a chalice of warmth. To face the world's terrors, a chalice of courage. To face the world's turmoil, a chalice of peace. May its glow fill our spirits, our hearts, and our lives. And now Tret will do Spirit of Life.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
That was Tret Fure, and we welcome her today with a sermon and song entitled Tret has been a professional musician her entire life, beginning at 16, coffee houses and college campuses in the Midwest. At 19, moving to LA and singing with Spencer Davis, opening for Jay Giles, Yes, and Coco. She has produced 17 albums, including her most recent, Stone by Stone, and she is a Unitarian Universalist. She performed yesterday afternoon in Franklin to an adoring audience at the first of the Saturday Singer-Songwriters. Tret will be teaching and performing at Music Week at the Mountain in Highland starting today. And now I will give our opening words, and then I will turn the service over to Tret. As Unitarian Universalist, generosity is one of the spiritual values we recognize as central to our personal and our institutional well-being. We honor donations at this time, talent and treasure, both to our fellowship and our larger community. And Tret will now provide the offertory music, The Tie That Binds.
Just hold me close and hold my heart and hold on to all the things we share. There's nothing stronger than the tie that binds, the gift of the tie that binds. As the sun comes up over the horizon and the moon sets quietly in the west, I turn to you as you turn to me. There's a gift of giving in each breath we take, and the gift of forgiving in time. Just open your door for all to come in. Just hold me close and hold my heart and hold on to all the things we share. There's nothing stronger than the ties that bind, the gift of the tie that binds, the gift of the tie that binds.
Thank you.
Gifts given in love and hope, continuous cycle of love and hope. So may it be. And now, Tret will share her sermon and song.
Thank you, Robby. much. I'd like to start by tuning, so give me 1 second. I'd like to start by sharing a reading by Maureen Stewart from Subtle Sound. Huineng, the 6th ancestor of Chan, and a seminal figure in Buddhist history from the 7th century, tells that we will never grasp anything by thinking about it after it has happened. If our minds are clear, we will see our original nature at this moment. If our minds are not fuzzy, not painted over by old fixed ideas, not held in thrall by old ways, old traditions, our original nature can be seen immediately. Huineng also says that if we hold on to an evil thought, it will destroy the cause of 1,000,000 years virtue. That's powerful. What does he mean by an evil thought? One such thought that causes us all a lot of pain is resentment. It may make us feel quite superior to say to someone, "I forgive you." Things quiet down perhaps, but the pain and resentment may be pushed down into our unconscious minds, and a rigidity comes to the surface. We may say, "I'll never do that again." But how do we know what we will or will not do again? True forgiveness brings a great change in our hearts. We're always talking about open-heartedness. Again, it is easy to talk about, but difficult to achieve. What is it to truly open our hearts to forgiveness? It is to see all the blows that we have experienced, all the rejections of the past, present, and future, all our weaknesses, as part of a darkness then that when looked at deeply can help to bring us more light. Now, I can bring this into my own story for you, my own story of forgiveness. I left a 20-year personal and professional relationship with a woman named Chris Williamson in the year 2000. We were called the poster children for codependency in the women's movement. Truly, we were. People would say that. And she's nodding her head, she knows. I mean, women looked up to us as the ideal couple. And this is in the 80s when it was not, you could not be out. There was no marriage equality. Relationships were frowned upon between same sex. And it's very hard to be a public and a private relationship. It takes a lot of work that people don't always see. Sometimes it is too much work. But it was traumatic when I left, not just for us, but for the women in that world, because they looked to us for stability and for safety. So when I left, I would get emails from women telling me that we needed to stay together for them. I don't think so. That wasn't going to happen. So by leaving, I was ostracized, I was criticized, I was rejected. People threw my music back at me. People wouldn't come to my shows. And they had no intention of forgiving me for something that I really felt I had to do for my own heart and my own soul. I had to leave for my own health and well-being. I was drowning in the couple. I was not being true to myself or to my music. And in that regard, I had to rebuild my life because I lost everything. My relationship, my career, my agent, my home. But it was more complicated than that because I did not leave cleanly. I left for someone else because I wasn't strong enough to leave on my own. And that happens a lot. I left for someone else because I wasn't strong enough, but that person was not my way in. That person was my way out, and I knew that. And my karma came back and bit me so fast and so hard. The woman I ended up with was having a relationship with another woman for at least the last 3 years of our 10-year relationship. And I didn't know. And it could have been even longer. I don't know, because she was a liar. And I was under a spell, and I was determined to make it work because I had felt I had failed in my last relationship. But that trauma that I lived through showed me the pain that Chris must have felt. And it made me a more compassionate person, despite my anger and my sense of loss. And I forgave Jane, but Chris never forgave me. And it's been 22 years, and she still doesn't talk to me, no matter how many times I have reached out. But I talk with Jane occasionally, not a lot, but we do talk and we text, and she really broke my heart. And I talked recently with her because her mother just passed away, and I had a particularly special relationship with Jane's mother, Lavigne. Even when we separated, I would always visit Lavigne. I would take her to lunch. She was very special in my life. And when she was passing, she was calling out to me. And so Jane called me and to let me know that. And it, what a powerful thing. But through all that, I've learned a deeper understanding of the complexities of life, the power of love, and the essence and necessity of forgiveness to move us forward on our own sympathetic, empathetic, and compassionate lives. Our choices in life are supposed to teach us patience and a deeper understanding of forgiveness. But patience is hard to find, and forgiveness even more so. We must learn to breathe ourselves always into a state of benevolence, of tenderness, and of forgiveness. I watched you walk away, and I watched us fall apart, and I wondered how I'd get through it, and how I'd ever regain my heart. But the sun still shines, and the rain still falls, and the moon comes out, and the birds still call, and forgiveness is a powerful thing. And I can still hear those words and sense the pain in my heart, but I don't lie awake any longer, wondering how it all came apart. 'Cause the sun still shines, and the rain still falls, and the moon comes out, and the birds still call, and forgiveness is a powerful thing. And I wish you the best, I wish you so well, and I hope you never ever have to go through that hell. But the beautiful thing is that hell isn't real. It's when you're caught between the prayer and the wheel. Because I let you go, my stilled heart started anew, and because I didn't let my sorrow linger, I found a whole new world and a love so true. 'Cause the sun still shines, and the rain still falls, and the moon comes out, and the birds still call, and forgiveness is a powerful thing. And I wish you the best, I wish you so well, and I hope you never ever have to isn't real. It's when you're caught between the prayer and the wheel. Cause the sun still shines and the rain still falls and the moon comes out and the birds still call, and forgiveness is a powerful thing. Thank you. Forgiveness is, are we having some technical difficulties? We're okay? I can't get close to the mic. Okay. I'll just talk louder. That's right. We're a forgiving congregation. It's all good. Forgiveness is a powerful thing. It is a gift, a practice, really, that when utilized is completely transformative. Forgiveness is a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance toward a person or a group who has harmed you, regardless of whether or not they actually deserve your forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, nor does it mean condoning or excusing others' offenses, but it is the act of letting go and therefore letting in understanding and hopefully love. It is transformative as it releases that person from your anger, your hatred, your vengeance. And anger, hatred, and vengeance are three things we can most certainly do without. And it is a hard journey. And it involves letting go of pride, of ego, of a sense of superiority, as if one has the right to say, I release you. That is not what it is about. It is about surrendering to love, to kindness, and to care. Now, this pandemic has completely and deeply affected our lives and continues to. It also has affected our ability to harbor compassion, to experience empathy, and to find forgiveness. This polarization is one of the worst results of this time. I've had a hard time with people who wouldn't mask or get vaccinated when they could. At first, it annoyed me, but in this dystopian time, it continues and drags on. I found myself not wanting to forgive those who would not act for the greater good. That is not like me. That is not who I am. And also, that is not my place. And people are still angry, yelling at one another, acting out on airplanes, driving like maniacs, cutting each other off. It makes me crazy, and I have an Italian temper, but I only inflict it upon myself. I used to yell at drivers from the comfort of my seat with my windows rolled up, but I don't do that anymore. Why? I could get shot, because it has happened. So again, we need to find forgiveness for those who we feel might have prolonged this pandemic, creating more loss and tragedy. We need to surrender ourselves to the realization that we are all allowed our own sense of responsibility as we know it for ourselves. But surrendering is hard. To surrender is to display courage and wisdom. Finding forgiveness in your heart can be a breakthrough in the process of self-change, a complete transformation in attitude so radical that one is no longer able to live the ordinary life in the ordinary way. It involves radical trust. This is a moment when forgiveness is received and life-changing, even if that forgiveness is not received in the way you wish or at all. That does not change your ability to perceive and accept the change for yourself. It requires radical trust that can change the course of your life forever. It releases the demon that lives deep inside you that we all deal with in ourselves, our darker nature, which is a nature that we must eradicate. We must extinguish. Rely, therefore, on radical trust. Find the love in your heart, because love is on our side. I was minding my own business, chasing demons in my head, while the devil was afoot, feeding off the dead, stripping off the tasty bits, devouring the best. Just a few things I need to get off my chest. As mindlessly we turn away, the heart is stopped, the skin is cold, as we watch this tragedy unfold. And endlessly we turn our backs, as the screams get louder, the blood turns black, the darkness that we knew was foretold. But we can change it, we can turn it into gold, we can stop the hatred from sickening our souls. We have remains because love is on our side, always, forever, and now. We've all given permission for the bullies to misbehave, supporting them with silence, reticence, and shame. It's time to raise our sword, time to show our might, to throw back the curtain and let in the light. 'Cause mindlessly we turn away, the heart is stopped, the skin is cold, as we watch this tragedy unfold. And endlessly we turn our backs, as the screams get louder, the blood turns black, the darkness that we knew was foretold. But we can change it, we can turn it into gold, we can stop the hatred from sickening our souls. We have the means, because love is on our side, always, forever, and now. Thank you. Thank you. And in closing, let me share with you a rewrite of the end of the Lord's Prayer as written by Annette S. Marquis, a congregational leader. She never understood, growing up as a Roman Catholic, why the Lord's Prayer said, "Deliver us from evil." It always bothered her so much that instead of the prayer she was taught as a child, she prays these words: Spirit of life, help us embody a peace-filled world. Give us all our daily bread. Teach us to forgive others for our failings and to forgive those who have failed us. Deliver us to evil and give us the courage to transform it to love. For love is the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. I am sitting in this circle with my humble guides, surrounded by the ones I love, protected on all sides. Breathing out and breathing in, and holding all that's fine. Though the world around me shatters, I center on this time. For just one moment we are still beneath the dark and the dreary. If we could shine a light so strong, we may not feel so weary. Just one moment we are still beneath the dark and the dreary. If we could shine a light so strong, we may not feel so weary. Breathing out and breathing in, and holding all that's fine. Though the world around me shatters, I center on this time. For I am sitting in this circle with my humble guide, surrounded by the ones I love, protected on all sides. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Tret. That was such an important message. Thank you. Our closing words today are by Lewis, I believe it's pronounced Smedes. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that that prisoner was you. We extinguish this chalice, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. When we are together, we circle around the sanctuary and join hands for our closing circle and covenant. For now, we will join together in spirit as we recite the covenant together. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and community is its goal. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. So may it be. We now finish our recording and